Hey everybody, what's going on? I just wanted to drop another video today. Today I'm going to be talking about the differences between people who are on the right and people who are on the left. To start off, when I was a kid, the left was more for peace, anti-war, anti-CIA, considered the conspiracy-loving, tinfoil hat-wearing hippies, and things have changed as I've gotten older. Some of these views have now turned into apparently some right-wing conspiracy theory, which I don't quite understand. It doesn't really make any sense. The left is more authoritarian than they've ever been. Way too much trust in the government. They want big government. I can't get behind that. And that's why I used to be firmly on the left, but I'm not anymore. And I still agree with a lot of the things the left has to say, cheap or free healthcare. We'll also having quality healthcare, some sort of universal basic income, for people with lower wages, just to kind of help with some of the inflations, the rent cost, with the housing cost, student debt relief, and not putting people in jail for non-violent crimes, especially for people who are selling weed. Really, we're putting those people in jail. That's ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing that. Those are things that are firmly on the left that I do agree with. But I also agree with some conservative values. The more I get older, personal responsibility, financial responsibility, and practicing as best as possible some sort of moral capitalism. Not all capitalism is good, but there is a difference between immoral and moral capitalism. So those things are more conservative leaning, right? More on the financial side of things, which I do agree with. And my political stance right now is I'm more in the middle of the road, with more populist, libertarian policies and views, like smaller government, things like that. I think that we should just strive toward what is best for everybody. And I know there's never going to be a policy that helps everybody, but you got to try and help as many people as you can, and at least, flatten the curve, right? We got to flatten the curve on things like mental health and homelessness too. We can't just, stop at one thing. Right now I think that the right and the left seem to be both pretty divisive. A lot of people blame Trump on that, and fair enough. I mean, he can be pretty divisive. So is Joe Biden. A lot of people will say, well, right-wingers like freedom, and no, it's the left who likes freedom. Well, neither of them like freedom. As we've seen in the past, with the instances and things that have happened in the last couple of years, the left certainly doesn't agree with freedom or freedom of speech, but neither does the right. A lot of people, like Dave Ramsey will, as much as I respect his financial advice, his moral practices, they're certainly not very free. I mean, he's firing people for doing things when they're not at work, like, for example, being pregnant before you're married, which is discriminating against someone for living their lifestyle, which has nothing to do with work, and that's just kind of crazy to do that. So, for example, you can just see how both sides don't agree with freedom. They agree with freedom as long as it's something they agree with. If they don't agree with it, they become very authoritarian, and I just think that's not good practice, and that's why I don't consider myself on the right or the left. I'm more in the middle. It seems to be a lot more people are kind of trending towards that way as well. A lot of people are abandoning Republicans, or abandoning Democrats or liberals and conservatives, and there are a lot of people just aren't voting, or they're just looking for somewhere else to go. And that's why I've been talking about RFK and Marianne Williamson recently, because if we can't get a good president, which you're not going to get with Trump or Biden, let's go with RFK Jr. I strongly think that he would be more about uniting the country and doing things that's really is best for everybody. So that's why I made the video supporting them, and I'm going to continue to support them as long as they don't show signs that they're going to be more corporate Democrats, like we've seen with Joe Manchin and Joe Biden and all those people who don't really care about the people. They care about their interests and their investments, and whichever corporations and people like that are whoever's donating to them, that's what they're going to do to help, which isn't really helping, it's just helping them. And these things, it's again why I'm not on the left anymore. I'm just not, and I haven't been for a few years, and I hope that more and more people continue to do what I've done and just kind of, leave either side, and then just kind of come together. Hey, there's good things about the liberals, there's good things about the conservatives, good things about libertarian policies. Let's come together and find something that will, help everybody. Alright, thanks guys. I really appreciate you watching this video. I'll be back very shortly posting another one. Take care.